Okay, so I will start with XRP, and I'm going to zoom out to the year to start off there, and I'll try not to be biased, and I'll just tell you what I see. Yeah. So what I'm looking at is the yearly and the turn of the year. You can see the VWAP here came down and started the year at 36.61. This is relevant. I'll show you why as we go along. Yeah, the year before that, it started at it came down and it was at 50.99, and again we had a down year. Yeah, and it continued down. So at the moment it's at 36.61. For the VWAP to turn up, is sometimes the VWAP can turn up if price action really wants to push. Is it would have to break above 50.99 and get very high to snap it up. On the yearly, it's not likely. It's not really likely that it's gonna do that. Yeah, it may do it, but it's not likely. So the point I'm trying to make is that it can be very difficult for price action to get particularly high this year, simply because the yearly VWAP is down. And let's see the logic of that argument now. Now the reason why I'm pointing this out to you is that tomorrow the monthly and the 2 monthly is changing. So now on the 6 month, just to point it out to you, on the 6 month again you can see the VWAP was down. Not as much as the yearly. So there's the yearly. And then the 6 month, previous 6 month, it was at 40.16. And then at the turn of the year, this is in June 22, and then January 23 is we've got 36.61. So definitely you can see price action on the 6 month. You can see there's more of a curve coming in, but the yearly started here and it's last year, and then it's down here. So for the year you've got the VWAP pointing down. So you get the point I'm making. Yeah. So now that was the 6 month. So now, when we go to the 3 month, again, we have a similar situation where you can see that the previous, for the 3 month it was up here, and then the previous 3 month it was 40.16, and then turn of the year is 36.61. Okay. So now, tomorrow the 2 month and the 1 month is turning. So now the point I'm going to make to you is at the moment, again, the previous 2 month was 36.61, turn of the year. Before that was 38.75. Okay, so now the point I'm going to make here is, if price action is going to continue down, is we would sort of need to see price action. At the moment it's at 37.35. We would need to see price action start to get below 36.61. Now it can be in and around that. These are monthly, so it can be in and around that. But you get the idea about if price action is going to continue down, the VWAP is going to continue down. Here's the 5 MA on the 2 month is at 36.61. So I'm looking at potentially price action doing another push down today. It's right at a level at the moment. 37.35 is literally the breaking point. If it breaks 37.35, it looks like we're in for a bigger spill. And as I zoom in shortly, is you'll see that level and the importance of it. Yeah. So you can see on the 2 monthly that's going to turn tomorrow is 36.61. 2 months into the year is still very, very relevant, and it's hard to imagine that 36.61 is going to be relevant for the year. Okay, and just to go back up to the year for a moment is, now again, I don't know whether this logic is correct, but I'll show you anyway. Yeah, so you can see there's the VWAP from last year. If you look at the percentage from 50.99, is price action went all the way back up and made an 80% move up last year, and when you go down from that center point, it was a 43, 44% move from where the VWAP started last year, January 2022. It was 80% up, 43, 44% down, yeah? So if I just follow the same logic for this year with regards to VWAP and where it is at 36.61 at the start of the year, make sure I got this right, there we go. Just as an idea, if I go up 80%, we've got price action up around 66 cents. So 66 cents is 80% up, and if we go 44% down, again we're looking at around 20 cents. Okay, so now you can see this blue line and red line is from the previous all-time high of $3.32 or so. This is the consolidation range. You can't see it all because this is Bybit, yeah. But this is the point of control on that whole cycle, yeah. From the all-time high to where we are now, the point of control is down here at 1932. So there is a possibility that we could bounce off this point of control again before we start to head up, yeah. And we could be bouncing between this and then the high volume average up at 51 or so, yeah. So we could be bouncing in this space quite a lot this year, yeah. Okay, so now when we go back to the month, one of the things we need to see is, even on the monthly, is we need to see the VWAP start to turn up rather than continue to go down. Okay, so now we're looking at the monthly. Let me just clear this out a little bit so you can see. So here we are on the monthly, which is turning tonight, and you can see at present price action is at 37.30, and you can see that 5 and 10 MA on the monthly is down, and VWAP at the moment is at 38.52. So if price action continues to stay where it is the VWAP will be turning down, yeah. Excuse me. The VWAP will be turning down, and you can see that when you zoom out, is you see the Bollinger is it touched the bottom of the Bollinger here, came back up here, didn't touch the medial line of the Bollinger on the monthly. But again, if we get a rejection here, the bottom of the Bollinger down here on the monthly is 80 cents. So you can see that the VWAP here is at 38.58. So from the starting point at the start of the year, the monthly has come up from 36.61 to 37.65, and now it's at 38.53. His price action is below that at the moment, so potentially is if the Bollinger turns down again, we could have another push down. And if you look at the way price action has behaved here, is look, here's the 5 pushing it down on the monthly. The 5 starts to go sideways. The 10 comes down, 10 MA comes down, rejection, 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 rejection again. Now the 5 and 10 have turned down together. So it does look bearish. However, when it turns, if we saw the 5 and 10 take a turn up, you know, even if the VWAP is down a little bit, it could strongly indicate that we've already hit a bottom. Is there might be another bit of a push down, and then we get a turn up, and the 5 and 10 are willing to take it up on the monthly. Yeah. So it's important what happens at the end of today with these MAs here. Yeah. So you can see what I'm talking about 36.61 is it's going to be hard to break above that and to get breaking out proper because of where the yearly is. So we would need to see the monthly continue up, is the 2-month up, the 3-month VWAP up. That we need to see that happen to get the lift. Yeah. So now last night the 2-week turned. So you can see why I'm zooming out, because there's a lot of movement last night. So the 2-week turned, and we had a lot of support here. You can see that the medial line, the Bollinger, top, bottom, and then the center line, the medial line of it. You got a break below it, you get a back test, you get a rejection, got a back test. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 2-week cycles of below the medial line. So that's 8 weeks below the medial line, and it looks like it's getting rejected because you can see the 5 was here as support. Now price action has broken below the 5, and equally so has the VWAP. So, and you can see the 10 crossing over the 5 here, yeah. But you can see that it's lost the support of the 5 on the 2-week, and the VWAP is down, yeah. So that's looking like there's a bit of a push coming down, yeah. How far it's going to go, I don't know. Again, it doesn't have to break a lower low. It can bounce off the Bollinger here, not necessarily break a lower low. So now the weekly turn last night as well, and again, is you could see the since price action broke up through here, broke through here. Here's the medial line again, broke through the medial line, back tested, and up to the top of the Bollinger here. And the 10 had been support here for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And again, the resistance had been the 20. You can see this compact space. So now you can see price action broke below the 10 here, and again the VWAP is pushing down, and equally the 5 and the 10 MA are coming down very strong here on the weekly, and again they're breaking through the 20 EMA, the white line here, yeah. So you can see that, and then here's the Bollinger. Price action is sitting on the Bollinger, so you can see why 37.30 or so is quite important, because if the medial line, which has been support, breaks, again we're looking at a spill to the bottom of the Bollinger here at 32.71, and again that's very close to a 786 correction this lift, and a 786 correction of this lift here, which may be all it is. Potentially you get a bounce and then it continues on up, yeah. But you can see that it's pretty strong here. Now equally, this 50 here created a debt cross on the weekly a couple of weeks ago. You can see the 200s here. This is on Bybit, so it doesn't have as much history, but these are actually the 200s. So somewhere around here, there was a debt cross on the weekly, yeah. So now when we zoom in on the daily, okay, we zoom in on the daily, you can see that here's the 50 MA here. So you always get a first test of the 50 MA, and you can see, look, the 5 broke through here, the VWAP broke through here. You get this drop, bounces off the Bollinger, and then you get a lift back up. And for 9 or 10 days it was bouncing along here. But now the 50 has gotten broken again, and look, the 5 is proper spilling. But equally, so too is the 10 and the 20. So there's a proper spill going on here. And today is you have the white line here, the 20 EMA crossing the 55, which is a major trigger. So let me show you why on this chart. So now again, this is the daily, and you can see the 20 crossing the 55. Yeah, so I'm going to zoom out here just to show you. So you can see that on there's the 20 crossing the 55 here, and again here, and again here. So big spills, and again here, and again here, yeah. So big spills. There are a couple of times when it's crossed over and then it reversed. Okay, now the reason why it did that, I'll show you now. You see it here as well. Yeah, now this one bigger volumes here. You can see the three tops and the spill. Lots of volume here. It didn't happen. Here is again the one, the two tops here. But you can see where in between the reversal pattern, it breaks and it lifts up again. It did the same here. It breaks and lifts up again. So here it didn't do it. And here, when we zoom in here, you can see that the top here, it nearly got it, but didn't. So there's the middle space, and here it is breaking again. So what we want to see is we really need to see another daily candle take a drop here for this to be properly confirmed as a proper spill. So you can see potentially if we get another long red candle here, it will pull the 20 EMA away from the 55, and again we could be in for a spill here. Yeah. So the levels that we could go to, without breaking a lower low, is we're looking at, if we break 37.30, we break 37.30 here or so, is if we put the fibs on this, there's the fibs there. The next level down is 35.50 or so. Now that'll be the 0.5 touch. So we could get this break, it could hit a 0.5, turn around, and then just break up. It's done. On this lift here is 0.5, and then continuation up. And you can see the support here, yeah, along the way. If it breaks lower, we come down to the golden pocket. Again, it's around the 33.50 level. And again, most likely if it gets down here, we probably get a bounce back to the 0.5, and then possibly coming down to the 786 around the 31.50 mark. And again, you see there's a support level along here, yeah. We could, again, get a little bit of a bounce here, and then potentially turn, and then just drop and continue on down. If we continue on down, you're looking at levels at the 1,272, there's 26, 1,414, 24, 1,618, 2277, 1786, 21, 20, 28, and then the 2 is 1956. Yeah. So now there are ways to look at this as well. Yeah. If you look at this as this move here, and you just take this and you put it at the 1618, we're down at 2250. If we really wanted to spill some blood, is we take this down here like this, and we put this here, like this here. And we're down at the 272 at 1759. So I think if we do get another level down, which again I'm mindful of my own bias in this, is there's one level here, there's two levels here, and there's always a third level. We haven't had a third level yet. Now it could be just a flash dump like this, and that could be it. Yeah, if it happens, or else we bottomed out and we're heading up. Yeah. So again, I'm mindful of my own bias. So they're the potential ranges we could be looking at. Yeah. So when I just show you this chart here, and I'm sort of flying through these a little bit because I'm going to go through a lot of charts. I don't want to spend too long on them. This is a chart where it's the daily RSI. Yeah. So you can see the continuous pattern here is anytime the daily RSI goes into the overbought, it goes back to the oversold. So look, we're here now at the overbought, and it looks like potentially where the daily RSI is ready to head back to the bottom and go and take its final drop. Yeah, it does look like that. You can see it repeatedly does it over and over. Yeah. So it hasn't happened yet. So it does seem like we are due for the daily RSI to head to the bottom. Yeah. Now whether that's just a new low, a correction rather than a lower low, is I don't know. Still to be decided. If it was going to go do a lower low, again, look this yellow channel here. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we could be heading down for 6 around the 1850 mark. Yeah, and again that would fit in. Remember what I was showing you here. That would fit in with potentially taking this here, putting it here. It would take us down to around this level. Yeah, and on the way, potentially, we could be having different stages to it, yeah. Where we drop to 22 or so. You can see the support level here. But again, that's if it's going to go. We got to see it, yeah. Okay, so that's that chart there. Let me just keep moving because I don't want to get bogged down chatting too much about one particular chart at the moment. Okay, so look on this chart here. Let me just take this off for now. You can see this is on a daily as well. You can see there's a general support level here, yeah. Actually, there like that. So you can see here breaking 37.30 or so will drop us down to around 35.21. You can see that level here, yeah. And I do believe that if we get a break below 37.30, that's a significant spill. If we start breaking below 35.20 or so, is we start getting below this level here again. This support level here is just incrementally. You can see the spill is gathering momentum. So this is a significant drop. This will be a significant drop. As we start to head down here, you can see that if you start looking at the MAs and the MAs on the daily and the weekly, this starts to look like quite a substantial spill. So we got to see if it can break through all these along the way. So you can see what I'm saying, yeah. Again, I've already talked about this, yeah. I've already talked about this. I'll talk about that in a moment. So let's just zoom in here. Let's just zoom in here now and have a look. So there's the daily. There's the daily taking a run, yeah. Here's the weekly. Here's the weekly as well. We're looking at this medial line on the weekly breaking. So now when we zoom in on the 10 hour, because the 10 hour just turned. The 10 hour just turned 26 minutes ago. You can see again a bit of a drop. You can see here's the VWAP here, back test, holding it at the moment. Again, the 5 and 10 look like they want to spill. They're after breaking the 200. So there's the 200 MA. Here's the 5 and the 10 breaking through. Yeah. So we got to see if that can continue. If I just zoom into the 4 hour, just so we don't spend too long here. Again, you can see there was a lot of sideways action here, and again we're getting a spill. You see rejection on the 20 EMA here. We're getting a spill on the 5 and 10, and again the VWAP is leading the push. Yeah. When we zoom in, you can see the 1 hour is catching a bit of a breather, and again you can see the spill here seems pretty. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm thinking here. Yeah, I'm looking to see whether we'll break this low. I think we will, but you can see the 1 hour is getting a bit of a breather here. We'll see if it wants to get a reversal, or will it just push on through. And the reason why I'm suggesting that is the later hours are on a bit of a mission, yeah. So you can see the 12 hour here, yeah. The 12 hour is going to turn in 90 minutes. So you can see the VWAP on the 5 is pushing, and the 10 is coming down, yeah. The 10 hour, as I said, look, the 10 hour is already on the way. The 8 hour is coming down strong. The 6 hour is coming down strong. So you can see what I mean about the later hours of the day, plus the dailies and the weeklies are pushing strong. So I think the earlier time frames, it seems like the 1 hour is catching a little bit of a breather before it takes another drop down. That's what it's looking like, yeah. So when I move into here, so this is where I'm zooming in more closely now, yeah. You can see this is on the 1 hour, so maybe I'll go out to the daily on this just to show you briefly, because we're looking at consolidation patterns. Yeah, you can see on the daily is, look, you get the drop down, price action comes back up, resets or sets a level, there's a lower low, there's a higher high, comes down, does a low, but doesn't do a lower low yet, comes back to the high volume average, and again now it's on its way down again. So potentially we're looking at a lower low, potentially from the higher high here. There can be a lower low move here, yeah, potentially. If that was the case, that will be taking us down to around 24, 25, yeah, possibly a back test up to 30, and possibly another drop down to the support level here, yeah, our point of control here. But again, I don't want to get too far ahead, yeah. But you can see what I'm looking at on the daily is whether we're going to do a lower low here, or that was it. We get a bounce maybe off 31 here, and that will be the correction of this daily impulse. Bounce off to 31, there's the 786. We head back up to about 35, 36, get a correction of that, and then we head on up and break out. So that could be the case. Okay, so you can see on the daily time frames, you can see that there. Yeah, let me just pull that a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so now when I zoom in on the 4 hour, you can see there is another consolidation pattern going on here on the 4 hour. So there's the daily. Let me just make that red for now, yeah. Make it stand out. Okay. Leave it red. Okay, so now, actually we can take it off. It's only in the way. So now when we zoom in, there is a consolidation pattern that's going on here, and potentially this looks like it's already broken out, yeah. As you can see, again, it comes up and peaks, drops, sets a range, lower low, actually even a lower low here, comes up and does a higher high, and now we've come down and we've done a lower low, and potentially it looks like we could be on a spill down. Yeah, that's what that looks like, heading for the bottom of this channel here. Heading for the bottom of this channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and potentially down here for 6. And remember, 35.50 is the 0.5 on the daily of this lift. The 0.5 is down here, 35. So I think that's a reason. I think that's a good target. I might take profit there at 35.50. I think that's a very good, reasonable target. Yeah, is again, it could just push through to the 33s. We get a major spill, it just keeps going. But if we look at it moving down through waves, get a bounce off this, possibly a bounce back to the center line here around 35, 36, and again then we could be looking at a bigger spill down. Yeah, but we gotta wait for that. Yeah, is if you look at this channel here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little lift and a spill, is if you look at the breakout of this channel down. Now I know descending channels are normally a break up, so I'm not ignoring that. But as things stand, it seems like we're potentially in the correction of this move, is taking this channel and taking the width of it and bringing it down here, is look, it takes us down to the 786. So a spill down out of this channel would take us to the 786 of this correction, then at 31, 31.60, 31.50 or so. Yeah. So you can see what I'm thinking. Yeah. So you can see the potential steps down. So that's what I'm watching for. So this 4 hour looks like, if we get a break below this again, is I think we can confirm that this lower low is also a breakout, and we're heading down lower. Yeah. So now when we zoom in on the hourly, again, this is where we're getting a little tighter on this. Yeah. When you look at the hourly, again, you can see a consolidation pattern playing out here. So you get the drop down, it comes up, sets a range, hits a lower low, there's a higher high, and now at the moment we're coming down and we haven't hit a lower low yet. So again, if we start to hit that lower low, it's still part of the consolidation range. So I'm mindful that we might just get a drop potentially to 36.30 or so, and then possibly a bit of a back test, and then a continuation on down, yeah. Or else the daily just takes over and it just wants to go down and hit this level down here faster. But you can see what I'm looking at with regards to this early range, yeah. You can see that we've broken below the low volume support is you can see the back test, and again we're looking to spill. So again, one of the things I'm watching for is we could have this lower low, and we could take a breath and come back up here, yeah. That wouldn't be a shocker either if that happened. But we got to see what happens, yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. Is when I go to the daily again, just to look at potentially where you can see the daily is pushing, yeah. To me, this looks like this could be creating. I'd be surprised if this doesn't do a long candle down, a long red candle down by the end of today, yeah. Again, I'm still super aware that this could bounce off the Bollinger here, turn around, and end up being a dirty green candle all the way back up to here. Again, it depends on whether you're in a short or a long, yeah. But it does seem like it's gonna, like there's the 5 breaking the 100 MA in the daily. It does seem like it's gonna spill, and especially with the EMAs crossing over here as well, yeah. Is what I'm waiting for is the 12 hour. Again, the 12 hour is what's going to happen with the 12 hour, and I think what's going to happen with the 12 hour is what's happened with the 10 hour and so on. Is you can see the VWAP is down, the 5 and the 10 are in spill mode, and I think potentially the 12 hour is looking at the same. The 10 is going to break to 200. Look, there's the 5 going down further, and then there's the VWAP, and that could be enough of a push to get that extra spill there, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, and I think after that, potentially, if there's going to be continuation down, if there is a decent spill on the daily here, and let's say we get down and hit the 35.50, is we could again have a few days again back for a retrace, and this retrace could end up coming quite high, back up to around here. Around the 37 mark before it starts heading down and breaking, heading for 33, possibly 31 or so, somewhere like that, yeah. We could have that going on, yeah. So that's what I'm mindful of. Another way to describe that would be on the dailies. You can see the low volume support range here. Is we could get that spill on the daily here, breaking through, then back testing this, and then continuation on the way down, yeah. On another day, you can see my white cough lines here, yeah. I'll talk about those another day. So that's what I'm watching for, yeah. I'll point this out to you, because some people could be looking at this, and I've fallen for this before in previous times, is the stock RSI. On the daily, again, look, heading down, top left. The RSI on the white one looks like it wants to head to the bottom. The 2 days down, the 3 days down, 4, 5, 6. Look, there's the weekly taking a proper turn. And again, here's the monthly at the moment. We've got to see what it's going to do tonight. Yeah. So the dailies and the weeklies are super down. However, is the bottom left here, these are the hourlies, is you can see this is the 12 hour. 12 hour is super at the bottom, yeah. And you go, look, the 12 hour needs to catch a breather. And even the later time frames, there's the 8 hour super in the bottom. Now the 4 hour here is actually catch a bit of a breather, it's turning back down, but you can see what I mean about these guys. And I've got cotton here before where I'm going, look, this is going to turn up, this is going to need to take a breather, and what has happened is I'm not going to go spend too long on it, yeah. But I'm just going to show you I'll show you in this, just without going into too much detail. The same scenario was here. On this big spill, the 12-hour RSI was in the floor, and then it did this. The same on this one. The 12-hour RSI was in the floor, and it still dumped. So seems to be that when you get to a point where there's a big breakdown in this bear market, is you get the daily finally turning and going with the rest of the days, but the 12-hour gets exhausted, and we're going, look, it's got to take a break, it's got to take a break, and it just crashes. And again, the 12-hour just goes into the floor here for these as well. Yeah, so I'm mindful of the 12-hour is in the floor here now where we are, but all the dailies are in confluence for a spill. The EMAs after crossing over, the weeklies have crossed over heading for a spill. The confluence is, it looks like it's ready for a spill. So unless market makers are gonna just turn the market and then ramp it up, it does look like it's heading for a correction. The question is, how much? Are we just going to get a correction of this, or are we heading down for those lower lows? So that's it. So that's my story for now. So I'm looking to take profit. I'm looking to take profit at 35.50 if we get down there, and then at 35.50 I'll be watching to see where there'll be a little bit of a bounce and a retrace. I'll be looking to catch that peak and possibly take another short. It really depends on how things are looking, but my idea is take profit, look for a bounce, catch the top, and then head down again. Yeah. If things change other than that, again, I'll swing with it. Yeah, we got to see what the monthlies want to do and what price action wants to do for the rest of the day. Okay, so that's me for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will chat to you later. Cheers.